So Valve have finally dropped the update for the IEM Cologne PICKEMS, sticker drop, everything. So I thought it'd be a perfect time to go over them, and I'm actually going to be doing two different PICKEMS this time. So I'm actually going to be showing you this PICKEM, which will be on my main account, and will basically be what I actually think should happen. And then on my second account, I'm going to buy the viewer pass as well, and I'm just going to do random, because you always hear people saying that people who just hit random get the diamond coin. So I figured why not actually test that out. So I think it'd be really cool. And then quickly, before I start the video, if you're wondering where this video came from, who I am, why you subscribed to me, I used to make Overwatch stuff like a year or two ago, and I took a long hiatus from YouTube. I'm now coming back focusing on Counter-Strike 2 content, and then maybe some other commentary content. If you don't want to stick around for that, perfectly fine. I appreciate you being subscribed for this long, but I just want to make sure you knew kind of where I came from in your subscription box. So let's get into the video. Okay, so for stage 1, stage 1 and 2 are probably the hardest, I would say, to really kind of gauge and get a diamond coin, because I mean, best of ones can literally just screw and fuck up your entire PICKEMS. So okay, so first we're just going to do 3-0, which I think is pretty simple. I'm going to put Bait and Gamer Legion in. To be honest, I think these could be swapped out for a Bet Boom or maybe a Heroic. But for right now, I'm going to go Bait and Gamer Legion, just because they're basically two teams that won't play each other in the 3-0 matches if they get there. So it's might as well just rather be safe than sorry. For the 0-3, I have two obvious ones. Well, one obvious one and one not so obvious one. So for the first one, I went with Thunder Down Under. Now, if you don't really keep up with Australian CS, not a big deal. Basically, they're here because they won 2 Defrag Open series in Australia, and they made the major. So they really didn't have to face a whole lot of competition. They literally didn't play any international games until after they made the major, and when they did, they lost to a team called Haunted House. And then the other 0-3 is Team Liquid. I'm gonna be honest, Team Liquid are a team that I could literally make an entire video, and I probably will at some point, because they're just a train wreck. And honestly, I hope they go 0-3 so they nuke this fucking roster out of existence, because I mean, I was watching them at the Asia Championships the past 2 days, and I mean, my god, do they look terrible. They don't even look like they want to be there. Naf's carrying them half the maps. The Liege is just terrible. He got out-fragged in a BO1 by his coach, who had to stand in all of a sudden for mobs. And realistically, they're only here because they switched to NA. So now we get to the hard part. 3-1, 3-2. Or I guess not really the hard part. I feel like 3-0 and 0-3 are the hard part, because they don't get clumped up with the 3-0. So if you have a team that you have in 3-0 go 3-1, they don't get counted, but besides the point. So obviously I'm going to put Bet Boom over here. They showed a lot of promise at IEM Atlanta. I believe they're going to be playing though with Zorte, and then Dilla Diaz is going to come back. So that might kind of screw up their rhythm a little bit, because I feel like they were really good with Flamus, but we'll have to just see how they do. I think even with the change in roster, they're still going to do pretty good, especially in this stage. I mean, I think this stage should be pretty easy for them. So next up is Big Clan. And honestly, I think Big just kind of go through. They have Blame F, Giga Chad, Blame F. I don't like Favin. That's their only weak point, I think, on the roster. Grix is an up-and-coming good rifler or opper. They obviously have Tabson. I think JDC is kind of underrated in the scene, and he has his pop-off moments even against tier 1 talents. So my third team is MIBR. They're having a really good showing at CAC right now. So I'm really liking the progress I see from them since their switch to international, since they brought in LNZ for their IGL. They've had Klim on a loan. They used to have Kickard on the team, and they didn't really work out with him last major, so they brought in a Brazilian talent named Venom Zero, who you might have seen on Red Cannon's last major, and they've been doing really well. They beat Perryvision. They're kind of having a back and forth with Bait. They've kind of stomped them on the first map, Honestly, this event, CAC, has really improved my thought on them. So I think I can easily put them in the 3-1, 3-2. This type of competition they're up against, I think they can, easily beat them. Obviously, I'm going to put Heroic next. Even with Alcarin, I think they've actually looked better with Youngster as their primary opper. So I think they can easily make it to stage 2. I feel like they're always a lock for stage 1. I don't think they'll go 3-0. I think they do have some problems, which will then be pretty exposed, I think, in stage 2 of the major. And then we have Sinners, a team I feel like has always been on that cusp of making the major. They finally make the major this time, and I think they have a really strong shot of going all the way to stage 2. They beat a G2, which, mind you, just had gotten Nerts instead of Malms into it, so they weren't really that cohesive. That was a huge win for me, honestly, on my board of how good they are. So I have high hopes that they can make it to stage 2 as well. So for the last pick, I'm having a really hard time here because I kind of want to go for NA Cope, but I'm just going to walk down my reasoning why I'm concerned about some of these teams. For M80, it's not that I hate M80, I just hate this lineup of M80. I really like players like Swisher, Lake, Slacks is really good. I like Sin. I feel like ever since they got rid of Hexed and brought in JBA, this team has just been so inconsistent. Now, I know what you're going to say, but they won a Draculan. They won a Draculan against Monty. They beat Aurora. Okay, first of all, we've seen Aurora. At Astana, they literally fumbled the bag against Mouse in the quarterfinals and just shit their pants on Dust 2. I don't think Aurora is as good of a team as people think they are. I sort of feel like they're not even a top 15 team anymore. I think they're just high up on the VRS because they've maybe made a lot of finals and playoffs in past seasons. Then you watch them at Atlanta and they look so fucking dog shit. I mean, they're so inconsistent. They just played at CAC. They got absolutely mollywopped by Falcons. They didn't even barely put up a fucking fight. And I don't see this. I don't see this team going far. I just have a hard time, but they're also in stage 3 of the major against teams like Lin Vision and Gaming Gladiators and Sharks, who are like, who the fuck are these teams? I know a lot of people know who Lin Vision is, but like Gaming Gladiators has like an average age of like 30, which is why I'm not putting them up there. They also have Fur coming in for the first time in like 4 years playing. NRG is another NA team that just always seems to fumble the bag. I think at Budapest they were up like 2-0 and then they went all the way down to 2-3. Another one of those teams, just like FlyQuest, who go 2-0 and they lose all the best of 3s because they can't hang in an actual series. Which is another reason why I'm not picking FlyQuest. You might think FlyQuest would be a good option because they always seem to have a good run at these events. But honestly, if you've watched this version of FlyQuest at all, they aren't that good. They haven't played barely any events. They've just been able to kind of squeak past being in Asia and playing some lower tier like talent in the Asian pool and also Australian pool, kind of like Thunder Down Under, and been able to just kind of float above in that Asia scene, which is still, it's still blooming, right? The Asian scene isn't as flushed out as some of the other scenes. Like Asian and NACS are kind of at a standstill, or like next to each other, I would say. With, I think Asian CS is probably going to overtake NACS anytime now. Honestly, if I was looking at all these teams, I would say Tai Lu would probably be the best. They just beat Mouse in the best of 1, and they did kind of look a little bit shaky later on in the tournament at CAC. I didn't get to watch their other game, but I did watch their game against Mouse, and they looked really, really good. So I think I'm actually just going to go Tai Lu. Okay, I've been sitting here for like 25 minutes now, and I just keep looking at this and thinking, like, I need to put like one NA team in here. I'm going to have faith in my NA brothers to make it the whole way. I'll put M80, because these guys are not NA. Get the fuck out of here, you trash can losers. I wish this video could be 1,000 years long and I could just be hating on this Liquid team in Liquid since I started watching Counter-Strike again back in 2023, but I don't have that much time in my lifetime. Not yet. So these are going to be my final ones. Now let's get on to the randomized one on my second account. Alright, so we're finally here on my second account, and we're going to be doing, like I said, the randomizer. So I'm going to hit the randomizer one time, We're going to see what it comes out as. We're going to save our picks, and we're going to see which one does better. I'm going to be doing this for every single stage of the major. Alright, in 3, in 2, and 1. So we'll see which one does better. I'll save my picks here. So we'll check back whenever the stage 1 ends, which will be June 5th. And then we'll come and we will do the stage 2 pick'ems because it will start the day after. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below which one you think will do better, and give me any feedback. This is my first time using this different mic. I don't have a boom arm for it. I know it doesn't fit on my new desk, so I just have to hold it. So let me know if you hear it like rummaging around in my hand or anything, or if it's too loud, it's not good enough. All the feedback is always grateful. I'm always grateful for all your feedback. But yeah, I hope to bring you guys more Counter-Strike content, mostly just talking about the pro stuff and maybe some, you know, commentary on just random shit here and there. So, alright guys, if you enjoyed, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.